Hello, hello, my collective. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's well. Everyone's had a wonderful, wonderful day, or is about to have a great one wherever you are. So let's begin our reading with lighting up our candles. Okay. Evoking Archangel Gabriel. Oh, cool. Archangel Raphael. Oh, very vocal as well. Okay, awesome. Archangel Chamuel. Nice. And Archangel Michael. Didn't want to be super, hang on. Okay, got it. The wick is and this one is like quite wonky. Okay, yeah, see, now it's like really bright. Okay, yeah, so Archangel Gabriel's candle. Okay, so that's the one. Okay, all right. Okay. So give me a second, collective. Let me just thank my beautiful angels, my spirit team. All right, 1 second. Alright, now see. Oh, Archangel Gabriel's candle has. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe with nice. Hang on, this candle wick and perfect. But I do know that it never used to give us problems earlier. See, either it's going to burn bright or it won't. So it's a very hard yes. You can feel it, right? See how bright it is? It's either a very hard yes or a very hard no. You know, that kinds. Much like how we received our messages last time, right? Like it was almost like divine saying, no, this shall remain concealed. And we were like surrounded with deities last time, including our, friends from beyond. Yeah, so yeah, exactly, that's exactly the energy is. After that, after the last reading that we did last week, I just did one reading last week. I gave it a break because it was like almost like there's probably I figured there's probably a message here for the collective that the cross watchers are like really just kind of like have got their eyes on, and I don't want anyone to be sabotaged, any of my collective members to be sabotaged. So like, okay, let's give it a break. Divine is like literally putting his hand on the message and saying no. So let's just like give it a break. Yeah. And after that, I got messages after messages, visions after visions, downloads after downloads. In fact, I got 2 visions in meditation, while meditating. Right, so like, okay, now either that's exactly how it is. Either it is a very hard yes or a very hard no. So I don't know who it is. There might be a message here for you, collective. If there's anything you're like, swinging in between, and maybe I'll do that, maybe this, it's divine is asking you to make up your mind and commit fully to it, and then just lock it in. That's it. Like literally go one way, yes or no, and then lock it. That's what they're saying. And now like he's happy. Archangel Gabriel is happy. He's a divine messenger, so that's why like he's the one who would resonate most with the divine downloads that we receive. All right, so his reactions are most important. Everybody's reactions are important here. Just saying. All right, okay, so let's begin. Where should I begin with? which ones? And then I was like, also like, divine, tell me which ones I have to share with my collective, which ones are like exclusively for me, and then I don't have to like bother the collective with. All right, and then yeah, got those, got the confirmations on that too. Okay, let's begin with, okay, this one, so absolutely mine. Okay, then, okay, yes, let me tell you this download that I had a prophetic dream. This wasn't a vision, it was a prophetic dream that I had. Okay, and I saw like you can call it like, for just for reference sake, just to draw a picture in your mind collective, you can call it a showcase. All right, it was like a rectangular squarish showcase with like 9 columns in it. 9 columns, I would say like 3 columns and 3 rows, so 9 in all, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so 3 rows 3 columns, right? That way, just look at it that way from an Excel point of view. All right, so in the middle, right, so everything else except for the middle ones, everything else was like covered with a dull gold colored flap. I could see it was a flap because it was moving. The flap could be moved. I could like, if I had to, you know, approach it, reach out to it, I could like move it. I could see that it was moving, so it was a flap on it. So I could not see onto, so the other ones, 8 of those, but there was one that I could see that divine showed me. The one in the middle had like a glass bottle in it. Now it was that very, I wouldn't call it queer shape, but it's uniquely shaped. It had that like it had a very long neck. It was a glass bottle, very shiny, brand new kinds of glass bottle, like absolutely new, and it's like right out of the box, and you haven't even like washed it yet. That kind of like absolutely shiny, you know, that recent white, that shiny white color. All right, and it was almost, I wouldn't call it was glittering or anything, but it was like uniquely, because I remember looking at it and I remember noticing and registering this confirmation, registering it in my head that it was like, it's brand new. It's so clean that it's brand new, right? And I saw divine's hand, and I know for a fact that's divine's hand. Okay, that I know. So because I've seen this hand various times in my earliest visions that I had seen this hand confirmation. So there was this hand that came in, and it kind of like moved the bottle just so I could catch it in the light, and had that, when I caught it in the light, it had that, it just kind of like had that sparkle in it. You know, there's say when something shines, and there's this audio that if you were to watch it on TV, or right, you would see, I mean, you would have seen it, right? Something that it has to like shine, like a shiny teeth or shiny something. So it's a ting, that noise that also comes right with that sparkle, right? That's how divine showed it. Like divine literally moved it, because until then I was like just watching everything as I was like shown. But then on that shiny bit, when divine moved it, like his hand moved, let's say if this was it, all right, it was this was that divine just moved it like this, so that it could shine and catch my eye. That is when I like, I was given a pull at the time, like remember this, as if almost like remember this moment, right? So I think there's what it, and that was it. This literally was it. Divine's hand, those 8 boxes or showcase, whatever you call it, it seemed like it was like being put in a showcase, and everything else was closed, or it's going to be disclosed later or something like that. I do not know. At least that one thing out of those 9 items that should be there, one thing was visible and was actually put on display. It's almost like put on display. It was so pristine, clean and shiny and brand new. And like I said, divine literally took my attention to the fact that was shining so brightly. So I was given the revelation that it's something like, I think you've been able to clear out your energy, collective. You've been able to clear out your vessel. All right, and vessel doesn't just mean like having a great bath, going to the spa. I'm not talking about those fluff stuff. or I'm talking really, you've been able to clear out those past cycles, you've been able to heal, you've been able to move forward. This is like a brand new vessel. To an extent, divine later gave me a confirmation of further clarification on this, saying that something about vitality, something related to vitality, which I don't exactly remember the sentence right now, but it was something related to vitality. I can't remember everything. A lot has been given to me, which I love and thankful and grateful to, not complaining. But yeah, so what I mean is, like, there's many a times I'm not able to like really write it down exactly how it was given to me, but it was something related to vitality as well. So let's say if you were like, if you had in the past cycles and your struggles, whatever, you'd lost your momentum, you had lost your motivation, you had lost your strength, you needed that, you'd lost that inspired action that has been returned to you. So like it was something about vitality being returned, something returned. So like you're almost brand new, not almost, it was literally a brand new bottle. It had that very long neck. Sorry, I forgot to stress on that point, because that's where my head was at when I was looking at that bottle. I was looking at, why is this queer shape? Why wasn't it like a regular bottle? Why was it like this and that why did it have such a long neck or something? I don't know. You could probably be, I don't know if it had something to do with how you actually look. You could look quite slender. You could have someone with a very long neck, that kind of. But I'm sure there's something else to it, which I'll be given later. But while I was like, focusing on that is when divine just turned it to me and pulled me. Like I felt that pull, as he was like trying to tell me, look here, as if register this. He didn't say anything audibly, but I saw his hand and he was like almost saying, register this. It's like a brand new shining. So I think everything that confirmation again, I'm sure you can't hear it. These are quiet confirmations, but it's like, so you've been given something, you've been returned, your vitality has been returned, something that you think that you might have lost in your last cycle, last season as we call it. All right, season matlab summer winter nahi kar rahi main, but last season as in the struggle that went by, the cycle that closed, something that you feel that you've lost, you're exhausted, you have spent, you're overspent, not in terms of money, or money, it could also be money, but I do feel it's more like energy, focus. Now it'll be returned to you. Now you'll be focusing on, what is, and I think that it seemed like a very kind of like a pat in the back where divine was, like I said, was showcasing you. Now Archangel Raphael's energy is like out of the world right now. Yeah, so that's the healing energy. So it's something that he's like showcasing. So I do feel divine will showcase you. It's literally right now is showcasing you to the world. Showcasing you to the world. See what, it's almost like you are the testimony, living, breathing testimony of what divine can do in someone's life. Something like that, something on those lines. All right, divine is showing you off. In my terms, it'll be like showing you off right now to the world. So congratulations to who you are. And is there anything else I'm missing? It's literally just very short vision, but I remember those golden flaps. Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. But it was like I said, and it was like they were loosely connected on the top with just one ring kind of a thing, and then there was this golden flap, dull gold, not like bright gold, like slightly dull gold. And it did seem like something that there are many things that are coming your way, collective, and they're going to be unveiled, revealed, unraveled to you in due course as you go on in your journey, something like that. Or it could also be that you, just like you will have a team of like 8 more, like your soul tribe, 8 more people that you'll probably supposed to do something together, and you're the first one who has been revealed yet, something like that. Could also be because it was, like I said, those flaps were moving. I could see them moving, and divine gave me that that detail because he wanted me to notice it. They were moving, and there was just one ring on it, and like I said, dull gold kind of gold, not that gaudy gold or something, but dull gold. And it was so something that is, why am I stressing on the gold? Of course I love gold, of course, but why am I stressing on it? Because it seems like something valuable, Again, not in terms of money, or it could also be money, but has to be something very spiritual, something over and, above and beyond, not something materialistic, but something which is going to make you an integral. It's going to make you very happy. It's going to keep, introduce that feeling of being fulfilled. You know what I mean? You could be very happy, could be very rich, but being fulfilled, being satisfied, being happy with your life actually is a completely different thing altogether. So something on those lines, something that will bring you mighty joy, something that you've been waiting for, something that you took birth for. So it seemed like that. 8 other members, that could be it. You're one of the members. Or if literally it is just your life, it could absolutely be, and this could be both the things, okay? If he is given, the divine has given me both the things, then it could literally be both the things, but take it as it resonates. So don't push the reading onto yourself. All right, so don't force it on yourself. So, but I do feel it could literally be one gift out of the other. So right now, your first, it's like almost like, yes, a divine gift. Yeah, so it's almost, and divine's hand is on you. It was his hand. It was not that I got that bottle got the light just like so. No, divine moved it. Like he is showcasing you. It's him showing you off like so. So it is divine's hand on you, and many, many, many more things are going to come into your life. Cleaning up your vessel, clearing up your vessel is like just one of the many things that have just come with it, is what I'm saying. So you could have had a massive glow up. So look at yourself, maybe, if you haven't paid attention to yourself, because so because we just tend to like, just we used to looking at ourselves like so, right? We know ki acha aise lagte hain in a certain way, right? But just tell, like, maybe go into, just look into your past pictures and see if there's a visible difference in you. Look at those pictures. You would not be able to, probably, unless your spouse, your partner, your friends, your mom and dad, anybody has been able to actually tell you that you look like a different person altogether, you look glowed up or something, then that's different. But otherwise, if nobody has said that, I suggest, and you look at your pictures, your past pictures, let's say from 2 months ago, 5 months ago, see if there's any visible change in you or not. I guarantee you there'll be a change you'll be able to pick up. Okay, that. Okay, so this was this, and then which one should I tell you next? Okay, this one is slightly heavy. Okay, not everything is gonna be up to how we like to listen to things. Slightly heavy, and if you feel this is too much, oh my god, this is so, see, confirmation I'm about to say. So divine, thank you for confirming what I'm about to say, allowing what I'm about to say. If you feel this is too much, so much, oh my god, so disclaimer right here. If this is too much, you go find something less elsewhere. It's perfectly okay to not watch my reading. It's perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. All right. Okay, so this one, like I said, disclaimer, slightly heavy. So I saw, and I don't know why, when I saw 2 women, young women. I did not see them, nor did anybody say they are sisters. But when I wrote it down, I made a note. I wrote 2 sisters. I do. So there were 2 sisters. Thank you, Divine. I don't know how I got that detail, but I was like, when I make those notes quickly, the first thing I wrote was 2 sisters. So just like Divine confirmed, there were 2 sisters. All right. So again, it could literally be, doesn't have to be a blood sister or something. It could be a soul sister as well. Someone you're connected with on a soul level. Okay. Soul tribe, वैसे कहते हैं. All right. If you are a chosen, if this is for a chosen, feels like for a chosen, slightly heavy. बेचारे chosen one के लिए हमेशा heavy आएगा. Okay. That's how it is. Make peace with that. Right. So if you're a chosen one, then it could literally be your soul sister. Someone from the 144,000 tribe. Okay, so I saw 2 sisters. Okay, let me just narrate what I saw first, and then we'll break it down. Right, so I saw 2 sisters, as Divine confirmed, 2 young girls. All right, I don't remember if there was an age difference, because I could only see one. So they were like sitting back to back on 2 dining. There was a dining table on their right, my left. I was looking at them like this. So I could only look at this one girl. I could not see the other girl, but from her voice and everything, I could make out that she was like literally in the same age group, or maybe 2-3 years, you know, give or take, in the same age group. All right. So I saw this dining table, and if I remember correctly, all of this was very black and white. Very black and white. Like I saw the dining table also, confirmation. Thank you, Divine. It was almost another time. Now, this doesn't have to be time is relative. This could literally be happening right now, or about to happen right now, and has happened, whatever. Okay, time is relative. But what I saw was a very old school dining table, and there is no judgment here. I'm just saying it was old school dining table. We have had it in our homes, pehle, 10 saal pehle, 20 saal pehle, those kind of dining tables, right? That had like cream, very typical cream color, something like this, very typical cream color of wood, and it had those, it was oval in shape, right? Those oval ones that I'm sure you would remember it from your childhood, right? From your parents' house. Those were the old ones, right? The table, I don't know whether it was old or not, but it had that cream color, is what I'm saying, old school. I'm not saying the things were old. Old school, that typical oval shape, very true oval shaped table, and had like very crochet like, if you remember what crochet is, or that tablecloth which had like, I don't know what, how else, it's embroidery. It's a kind of embroidery for all those who don't know what crochet is. The lambdas wouldn't know. So anyways, go back, search kar Google here, right? Something like that. So it had that tablecloth on it, big long tablecloth which hung on all sides, and there was a vase on it, a clear glass vase on it, which had real flowers in it. Because I could see it and know those were real flowers. I could see it. Those were real flowers. And I could see the water filled in also up till a certain point. And I saw the girl I could see was, like I said, young girl, could be between, thank you Divine, between 20, 25, I would say, or younger, I don't know, in that vicinity. Okay, so the next I saw, after I saw this, and like I said, I was just sitting right in front of this girl, sitting or standing, wherever, I don't know where I wasn't sitting down, I was just looking at them, what was given to me, and trying to note down as much as I can in my head. Okay, so the next I saw, like I said, was this girl. She had something in her hands which she held like this, something like this. She was holding it like this, like a cloth or something, some kind of a cloth, right? And then it's gonna get heavy. She was like literally on fire, including, so, and she didn't move. She was on fire, guys, like this, right? And entire being on fire. What was queer was that even that vase that had real flowers in it and had water in it, it was also on fire. That vase and the water in it, the entire thing, the flowers were on fire, the vase was on fire, the water was on fire. That's what I remember looking at. What the hell? In my head at the time, I was like trying to logically deduce it, that water hi tha na, was it petrol or something? I would have known it's not petrol, could not be, right? Would not be in the vase. That's why I was like trying to logically register things quickly what I was seeing, right? But here it was water, all right? And it was on the table also. The water was on the table, as if, unless if the vase was broken or it had leaked, in that sense, right? That it hadn't like broken or in pieces or something, but it seemed that the water had leaked on the table and it was going on the other side. Let's say if the table was lopsided, it will go towards where it is lopsided, right? On the other, in the direction it is lopsided. So it was going in the other direction, in the direction of the other girl, all right? I don't know whether she was on fire. I actually don't remember it, but I remember looking at this girl. I was like, and not getting too panicky or anything, but I remember looking at her, and like she just, and her eyes like this, you know, when you're like trying to like just hold yourself together or something, like, and she did not move an inch. She had, like I said, she had something in her hand and she just held it like this, very like this, with her crossed hands. I remember her hands were like this and she was holding it tightly like this, not like this, like this, all right? And that to me was like almost like a cross, if you know what I'm trying to say. So that's why I said it's slightly heavy. Okay, so be gone right now if you scared or whatever. So, and then I saw somebody. So now until then there was like, I think they were in the vicinity around these two girls, there were other people, at least. So maybe two other people. They did nothing when this girl was on fire. They did absolutely nothing. Like nobody moved. I was like watching everyone, what is happening? Not that I did anything, I could not, I was just given this, right? Okay, so then there was this man who out of this blue just appeared from the right side. And this man said, and okay, sorry, I forgot something in the middle. So then suddenly, then there was again, all of this fire was doused. Nobody doused it with water or anything. It was just suddenly was gone. And it was like almost that it was, thank you divine, it always as if it was not even there. This girl was literally sitting in the same position as she was earlier, like so, sitting like this, and did not, like I said, she did not move, did not make any noise, not a word she uttered, she didn't even open her eyes. She was just almost like focusing on something, perhaps praying. I don't know, I didn't hear a prayer. I don't know, she could be praying, she could be calling in her angels, she could be calling in her spirit team, she could be calling in her ancestors, whoever you believe in, alright, her gods, her deities, the divine parents, I don't know. But she didn't say a word. Like I said, let me stress on that. She was on fire, she didn't say anything. She didn't move. Whatever she held in her hand, that piece of cloth, I don't know what it was even in the end, I wasn't shown anything about that, but she held it in her hands like this, but her hands were crossed like this. Like I said, that's what it reminded me, the cross, almost like you're making a cross. कहते हैं fingers crossed करते हैं, like if you want something good to happen, even if somebody's giving you an evil eye, just cross your fingers. You see some woman doing this to you and looking at you like, that's what women do to me, like look at me as if they've never seen a woman in their freaking life, right? So just do this, or cross your legs or whatever, just do this. Always like, it's almost like making a cross. It's almost like you know, like you're repelling demonic energy. Okay, just a nugget here. So it just, that's what it seemed to me like. And then like back, so this person then comes in, this male person comes in and then says, and I don't know whether he spoke in Hindi or in English, I don't remember, but he said something like, you know, what was all that ruckus about? See, she's okay. Because this girl was absolutely okay. I don't remember what happened to the vase, to the table, to that fire, whatever. She was like literally jumped to where she was again. As I said, literally praying or whatever she was doing. She was just with her eyes closed, like eyes bhi aise se close ekdam, pura, you know, as if she was anxious. She was struggling with something. That's how it looked like. And this person comes in and just rubbishes the entire thing off and says, हाँ तो ठीक तो है, look at her, she's perfectly fine. ऐसे ही जैसे पंजाबी में कहते हैं ना, रोला पाया हुआ ऐसे, और ऐसे ही शोर मचाया हुआ. I don't know what this ruckus is about. Something like that. He said, maybe he mixed up 2-3 languages just like I did, Punjabi, Hindi, English, something like that. So, but that's how I remember it. This person just dismissed everything, saying, yes, ऐसे ही शोर मचाया हुआ. See, she's perfectly okay. Nothing happened. But we all saw like those two people, and the others, sister or whatever, whoever that person was, did not move the whole time. Maybe they were the God they were hoping for. Maybe, perhaps, now that I feel it, divine will confirm it to me. That other person who was sitting, the soul sister, like I said, sister, soul sister, or real sister, whoever, on the other side, perhaps was the divine. It was almost like divine was right next to her, back to back. Aise the dono, right? Like so. This one, and I was right here, and I was looking at this girl, and the soul sister was looking this way. Maybe that was divine shielding her. I don't know. Could be, because nothing happened. Not a scratch, not a mark. She was exactly how she was. That's how I saw her, and everything. And this person just said, yeah, this male person had very long hair, like for a man to have, like, so that's what I'm saying. This whole thing didn't belong of this timeline. This whole thing belonged of some other timeline. We don't have those. Again, no judgment. यार किसी के घर में है तो with due respect, मेरे घर में भी था, ठीक है? No judgment here. I'm not judging anybody. I'm खुद से मैं middle class ही हूँ, okay? So, but there was definitely definitely that old school tablecloth, like I said. Those are like pointers. Divine made me look at those things, so that maybe this has happened in the past or something, or it's gonna in a timeline where this is where the present is, or it's happening in a parallel universe, or it's happening in it's happening in another timeline altogether. I don't know. Or it's happening in spirit. Different realms. Like I said, time is relative. वो बहुत सारा अभी नहीं समझा सकते, but this is how it is. Alright, and it seemed, like I said, this person had very long hair. Like, men don't keep like such long hair for a very long time. I think they had such hair, that long, itne kind of hair, like back in the 80s perhaps. I don't know. Even in the 80s, I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't know. But it wasn't from this timeline. Men won't be able to get away with that kind of hair these days. So it didn't seem, none of these things seemed from another timeline altogether, but it could literally be your timeline. I'll just explain it to you. It doesn't have to be abhi nahi lag raha hai, aisa to nahi hai, to nahi, or no. It could literally be happening in to your younger self, to your higher self, to one of your selves, to your future self, who knows, right? In another timeline altogether. So I think you were, it just seemed like, collective, to me, I was shown you. The girl I could see was you, and the girl I could not see was divine with you. That's what I, conclude out of it. But I did see someone on fire, so it could be, okay, 1 second, it could be, see, pankha, I didn't even switch on the AC, so that we don't get the draft. But anyways, sorry, distracted. So it could literally be, like I said, from could be divine sitting right next to you, holding your hand, telling you you're not alone. You could be going through a struggle. Not triggering anybody. If you are going through a struggle, it's perfectly okay. Keep going. If it hasn't happened yet, and if you're going through a struggle, just so you know, it'll come out brand new, almost like the bottle divine shit, almost like purified by fire. Brand new. Aren't the glass bottles made, like all those glassy things, aren't they made on fire or something? Isn't it? Something like that. I don't know the time, but isn't that's how it is, right? Right? They're literally made on top of a fire, though that's how the bottles are molded. So vessel is clean, it's brand new, and like I said, let me reiterate, there was not a single mark on you. Not a single mark. So you've done a swell job, my sister. I do feel it's a feminine energy, because it just felt a very feminine energy. Jo bilkul bhi like they believe in, like the old school, like holding it together ourselves and not complaining, that kind of just old school feminine energy, very feminine, very girly girl is what I'm saying. Alright, not like today's lambda generation, the cockroaches that go and जो अपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर को गाली देते हैं on camera, not the generation, that definitely can't be this generation, right? But it was someone who they believe in, like just being able to put up a fight on their own and not just crying like a baby, or just like making a scene out of nothing. इंडियन आर्मी के टैंक के बाहर खड़े हो जाएंगे ऐसे पोज करके. इंडियन आर्मी ने क्या किया बेवकूफ़ वाला. I just, me and my husband, we just go for it. Like I said, I told you last time also, ना zen को अगर सुरी लगा दोगे ना ये cockroaches की, he'll not stop for 2 hours straight, and you'll have to like calm him down. like क्या कर रहे हो यार, क्या हो रहा है ये? Rightly named वैसे cockroaches, by the way. That's one thing they've done correctly. Anyways, alright, so if you're that old school girly girl, very feminine femme, good job, right? Quite honestly, there are very few, very few people like you in this timeline. Very few, very, you're a rarity, almost like a unicorn, a rarity in terms of like almost like a unicorn. You've done a swell job putting up like whatever fight you, whatever stand almost like you put up, or whatever fight you put up, but swell job at it. But it was like quite heavy for me to see it. Like imagine like actually watching someone. And I also feel I got a confirmation just now. I got that thought and I knew that it's gonna come in. I do feel, I have to say it again at the cost of repeating myself, this is too heavy. Please do me a favor. I'd be honored if you leave. Agar ye heavy lag raha hai, okay? Go and find something less. Alright, something which is tailored to you, to your fitting, and to your liking. Go find that. Here I'm going to give out messages very as nicely as I can, but it's going to be truth. All right. So again, I do feel this is there is an angle to it that it resonates with me, which is what I actually got, like literally at the time I watched it. It could be someone like literally wishing you bad, in terms of, like, let's say that they could be wishing, or like doing wah wah boom boom, whatever they did, I don't know, like whatever. I don't know if it's full moon, क्या है क्या full moon, क्या ये full moon पे बड़ा करती हैं औरतें यार ये सब चीज़ें. Wait, I get to know it's full moon, and to God I get to know full moon when I feel that wonky energy around me. अच्छा must be कुछ 2 कितना percent, 2% है. So next full अच्छा it just went, so I don't know if it is like coming or they're already doing. I don't know if it is that or not. What is this? Hang on guys. अच्छा anyways, nothing. So it could be something. If it is not a moon thing, then it's definitely something which is related to like somebody wishing you that you have a fire related incident, is how nicely I can put it, if you know what I'm trying to say. Literally someone wishing that you have a fire related incident. I have to say that it was a message. I have to give it to you. Just be careful with things around, like what can you do if something like this has been given to you? Just be careful around, right? Just be very careful, like with your stove, with, let's say, candles, with your curling iron or whatever, your straightening iron, anything, whatever, anything that relates to fire. Okay, something, just be careful around fire. That's all. That is all. You're perfectly protected. You already know. I've told you the other part of it also, that you came out completely unscathed, so nothing is going to happen to you. All right. And I'm not saying you're going to be ablaze or anything, but I do feel that could someone be wishing you, and I know, like, divine literally gave me a confirmation to go and speak it to you. So just be very careful. That's all it takes. You knowing it, I've told you 100 times this, literally at least 100 times. You knowing what is coming to you is literally you're tackling it 50% there and then. फिर वो बहुत ही आसान हो जाता है. They lose their power in you. Anything ill, evil, malicious, maleficent would lose its power in you if you know what it's like being sent your way. So just if you know it, you'll know that, okay, chicken, now I have to be careful. That's all. That's it. That's all it takes. Okay? And just keep prayer up. All right? Stay upright. And just that's it. That's it. Nothing else required. Okay, this and then we had, okay, the ones that I got in meditation. Okay, yeah, divine, I'm literally giving me confirmations inside me, right? This is the one I'm going to. So I was meditating and I got these two. I don't think I've had a vision before while meditating. That is why I was pushed to meditate so many times. So like, okay, let me I have to like do it now, make time to do it. Like sometimes just don't get that quiet time to be able to meditate. All right, so what I saw, and there are two I saw them at two separate times, but in one meditative session, but I knew they were connected. I'll tell you how. So first I saw, again, yes, I think a woman. Maybe I see these as women because divine shows me from a woman's perspective. If I'm sure there was like a male seer, a male prophet, they'll be able to see things from man's perspective. That's how I think it goes. That's why I saw a woman. All right, and she was like free falling, like on her back, not like that. That's why I analyzed everything. She was like on her back and going down, free fall, but she was like like pretty easy with it. Like she was like literally going down. Take care. But I was analyzed, why would anyone jump like that? Nobody would jump like so. You'll jump in front of you. You won't jump ऐसे करके मतलब उल्टा. Unless you were literally going into a pool. That's separate. Alright, but it was like she jumped off like almost like, I'll tell you, it was a weird place. It wasn't a mountain. It wasn't anything. It was almost like, it was just, everything was very orange, very salmon kind of orange, and I saw those white veins, almost like fish's structure from inside, but it wasn't that. But the color was very salmon. I remember registering that it was very salmon color, not orangey, but you know what I'm trying to say, very salmony color. Orange would be a deduction. So that color, I was like, everything was very veiny, very, very veiny. It had lot, you know what, like how a plant's root would be very veiny. Everything was like that. It was like all everything like that around her. But this girl, like I said, a woman, I saw a woman, she was like falling on her back like so, but like free falling. She wasn't anxious, she wasn't, you know, kind of like, she wasn't struggling or anything. She was just free falling. But I remember thinking about it, that why the hell, oh my god, I've got a newlywed here right on top. I didn't even move this. When did I even move this? What is this? Okay, I don't know. I just hope it's not a newlywed. It could literally be for a, because I deliberately today just put on some blank ones on top of the, I don't know, I just moved it out of a habit or whatever. I didn't even realize it. And it could literally be a newlywed girl. So whatever, she was like, so like I said, jumping back to the thought that I had, like while watching it, I was like, why would anyone jump like this? They were jumping. This won't be a jump, this would be a push, right? It would be a push. If somebody pushed you, then that's how you go down, like on your back, right? Think about it. You won't yourself go like this. That no sane person would go like this. You had to, you'll go in front. That would mean that you will be falling like this with your, you'll be nose diving, or will, you know, facing downwards, is what I'm saying. I hope I'm even able to, you know, create that picture collective. So that's how she was falling, free falling, happily falling. But I think, so I saw her going down and I was noticing, oh, that salmon color, weird, everything was so orange, and she was like not even falling very aggressively, not even falling very, it wasn't even very fast, it was happening at a very slow, easy speed, but she was going down very slowly. But I think, and then I saw this happen for like just a few seconds, and then I saw it, I don't know whether she realized, she panicked, I don't know, and suddenly now everybody is very vocal here. Anyways, so she just raised her, one of her hands, I don't know which it was, whether left or the right, I think, I don't know, one of her arms rather, not just hand, her arm, she just raised it as in she was just trying to like reach somebody, as if she saw someone and she was trying to reach someone, or she like, it hit her that she's like falling and she just wanted to like, you know, she was falling. It wasn't that she was unconscious or anything, but she just wanted to like, then I think she just realized that this wasn't stopping, and that panic button just got hit. You know what I'm trying to say? When you're like, you think that it's going to take only a few seconds, you'll be done, but it doesn't take few seconds, it just goes on and on and on and on. And then you like, that's, I think that's where it just like, it stuck her, that, you know what, it's not stopping and I'm just going down, and this is going to get either the water or whatever. It was a very water like, as if like you were to go down in the sea, but it wasn't the sea. You know what I'm trying to say? And then she just held up her arm like as if she was just trying to like ask someone to like hold her hand. And that is when she looked up, but I couldn't see anybody up. I just was seeing her from this end, and she was like falling. So, like I said, at a very slow speed. It wasn't aggressive. She wasn't hitting anything on her way down, despite the veins and everything, which is what I remember. Like, she's not hitting anything. That's right in the middle. She's just going down her arms and no injuries, nothing. She was like going, but she realized, oh my god, this ain't stopping. This is not stopping, or something, that she let her arm up, like, you know, like, get me out, something. And that is when I saw like Divine's hand, like, I'm here. I saw Divine's hand come from here, and I don't know what really. It's a prophetic vision. Sorry, it took me a second to get there, which but yeah, it was Divine's hand. All right, so it was Divine's hand who just came in like so, and I don't know how he took the entire scene, he just flipped it like this. Like, she was falling like this. This was what the scene was, and Divine's hand just came from here and like just flipped it like that. not this aggressively, but just flipped it. And with that flip, so she was very close to, let's say, the bottom, wherever she was supposed to go. So like, I'm sure she was feeling all that water pressure and everything, right? All that water that was over and above her, and she was like sinking deep. And Divine just did this, like came and like, and that would mean when she was like literally, I don't know how it happened, but then as soon as Divine flipped it, she just landed. It was like literally just this much distance between herself and the bottom, and she just strolled away. She hit the ground and just strolled away. Like, how? Does a lot of it won't make sense. Like I said, this is a prophetic vision, all right? So it ain't based on logic, but I try to, when I watch them, Divine gives me these pointers and I get few seconds to like material, kind of like put them in my brain, register them, note them in my brain as much as I can. But that's how it was like quite like, it was like almost she could not see that she was, but I don't think she looked down anytime. She was, like I said, like her face was up, but then I'm sure she panicked, like, and then she called out. She didn't say anything, but I could see one of her arms reaching out above, and then Divine just guessed it, and that's it. And she just like landed on ground. This was not the rock bottom or whatever it was. Like, she just somehow landed on ground and just walked away, and there was not even that scene anymore. It was like, what? All right, so that Salmon, remember this. So I do feel there's some, okay, let's just discuss this a little bit. Sometimes I rush because those other downloads, they just start knocking on my head. Okay, just bear with me at times. All right, so this is almost like I just said, like we just discussed. Like, it just seemed like someone had, it could be someone betraying someone, and that newlyweds card also was like right there, and I could see it. So it could be someone newlywed. They could have been, I don't know, could be betrayed. I don't know. It doesn't have, and newlywed could also, doesn't have to be this means marriage, right? It doesn't have to be like a marriage as in husband wife marriage. It could literally be a collaboration, or it could be something new. That could be it, something new, fresh, and then that, like, I don't know, it just, or it could literally be newlyweds. Yeah, I don't know. This was a young girl, as again, marriageable age, that we would say in India. But she was like going down as if somebody had pushed her, and Divine just like did this. I'm sure she was thinking for a little while. Oh God, my chakra. So she was singing for a little while. She was slowly and steadily, almost at an unreal pace. And where she was, there was literally no one else around. She was alone. Like I said, very orangey place, very salmon-like way. Just that color, and that place was weird. Almost like a sea, but not sea. Very solid, but not really solid. And that those veins and everything. It just seemed like she was being taken care of, but she didn't realize it. Like, I think she had to call out. So you might need to pray, my collective. If it is this something that you're going through, you might have to like ask for help. Just have to ask for it. Of course, Divine is not asking you to beg for help or something, but it's just sometimes nice to just just request Divine to help. I need help. Divine, would you just come and like help me out with this? Could literally be that, because the moment she just raised her hand, she realized, okay, this is too deep. I need to come out. This might not be in my best interest to be in, to sink any further. Divine just flipped the script, almost like flipping the script. Like, from sinking, she just strolled away. Okay, so it might be them in a situation, something like this, just ask for help. Divine help is what I'm saying. I'm not asking you to, kind of like, sorry, one second, I was getting another download. So Divine is not asking you to ask for help from any human being. I think you've been like literally being asked a confirmation. Yes, so this is not, Divine is asking you to rely. Rely on Divine. Just pray, just ask. And pray में ज़रूरी नहीं है मंदिर जाके बैठना है. Pray, you can literally be doing whatever and praying simultaneously. Just focusing on God is also praying, bro. ठीक है, just pray to God, ask for help, say I'm stuck in this, be very clear, I'm stuck in this and I need you to bail me out, need you to take me out, get me out of here or something. That's it. That's all. But there was something that, and but like I said again, just like that fire girl, but the fire girl literally went through stuff, right? So a lot of people like that are under attack right now. Like in fact, there was, you see the attacks, right? That girl was on fire. This girl was sinking. A lot of people, in fact, one of my chosen sisters today only, she was like literally talking about that she literally cried, like she had tears in her eyes, cried that way. She had tears and she had to cut the video and come back again because somebody was like literally sending her child bad energy and everything. And those are the people that are like really close to you, either people like their could be your family, people that you work with, you know, those your neighbors, that kind of like people who are close to you. Those are the kind of people who do that. She was like in tears because somebody was like, she is like way ahead of me, like way ahead of me. And she also gets these prophetic dreams and visions, and she just tore up today. Like she was like, somebody's attacking my child. And you know, it's one thing getting attacked yourself. And I can imagine, I'm not even a mother, and I can imagine her peril, you know, her pain, that like somebody like attacking, you can like take attacks yourself, but someone attacking your child would be like, I'm sure it's the worst. It's the worst. That's how it is. A lot of people, the point was I was making was a lot of God's children, it's a very transformational stage, right? Although yes, of course, we go through these ascensions, we go through these stages, but this is like a very important stage. Something divine reminded me of like one of my first few visions that I had. Literally, I had divine's hand in that, and divine had pointed out August to me then, and this is that, and then I'm talking about years ago, and suddenly that was reminded to me today. That was something years ago when divine had said something about August. So August is a very, I don't know what with it, but like I said, I'm not into astrology as much, right? But there's something about this transformative, you know, stage which relates to August. I don't know, there's something, it's like almost like a threshold for a lot of people. So I'm sure a lot of people are getting attacked right now. For anybody and everybody who's ascending, who's doing well, who are not supposed to do well, you're not even supposed to survive past May or something. In fact, I would say past June. You're not even supposed to like survive past June or something like that. That is what is rattling the negative energies. And how the hell, what the hell, you know, how are they in August? August is, like I said, a very important threshold. So just hold on, whoever it is, right? Just like I just said, like literally divine is giving me the other end of it also. It's not like he dikhaya ki only on fire. Divine told me completely unscathed. Then सिर्फ इतना ही दिखाया कि this girl was sinking in some sort of like a place, very weird place. But then divine also showed me like just like एक moment पे divine will change. There is a verse on it, Bible verse, which I obviously cannot come up with right now, the chapter and the verse, but it literally does say that you believe in God, like, because he can like change things in a moment, like those magical oh yeah, confirmation. See, Jesse, he wanted me to be reminded of this. There's something divine showed me, the word magic. It was yay big. I was like right here on my face, not once, like it was like right here, magic, like okay. So again, that relates here as well. Something which is going to be like in a moment, it's going to be like almost magical. Whatever happened would be like out of the blue, magical, out of like, yeah, you can't even like imagine it to be like so. So right, so if you are in a place where you need emotional help, physical help, financial help, whichever way it is, psychological help, ask divine. He can change things. In fact, he tells you to rely on him for help and not to rely on man, because like I said, this girl, I'm sure, was like pushed or something by somebody so that they could just land in, you know, in a place ever falling or whatever. I don't know what the intention was. that's how it was. Okay, this was, and then there was another second vision that was given to me in the, like I said, in the same meditative session, was a bunch of people. They were in rows. I don't know why they were standing in rows, like let's say then 5 people, then 7 people behind it, then again 4 people, like in rows. What's with rows and columns? I don't know what is happening here, but something, this was like people standing in rows, and all of them had like that party cap, that birthday party cap nahi hoti hain, those pointy caps, right? And everybody had that very, it had exactly the same cap. That is what I noticed first. They were all standing in rows, like I said, not one number or something, but like in rows, almost like minions would stand, right? Minions, like if you've seen the Minions movie, that's how they stand, like rows mein aise aise karke, like in छोटा सा army kinds, like if not army, something organized. That's why the rows, something organized. They're not just standing there ad hoc, जहाँ मर्जी हो उधर खड़े हो जाओ. They're standing in rows as if they've been given orders or something to stand in a certain way, but they were not like standing at ease or in attention or something. No, but yes, in an order, in an orderly fashion, right? And like I said, they all had, that's first thing I noticed. Thank you, Divine. First thing I noticed was that orange cap, pointy cap. I noticed a cap first, a birthday party cap, and then it was like literally that same salmon colored orange cap. I was like, oh, that's how they are related. They both of these instances, because that's why Divine, like I was like focused on that salmon color so much, because when I realized, when I saw these people, they're different people, like a mixed group of people, people, men and women, all right? So, and suddenly I just saw they were like looking at their feet, and they were just almost like getting ready for something. I don't know what they were getting ready for. I could not see what it was. They were looking down almost, and their feet were moving as if they were, like I said, as they were like getting ready for something. And then suddenly there was a lot of water came in, like lot of water came in, like almost like flood like water, and it was quite violent, very aggressive. Okay, and if you would have seen these videos जो floods के होते हैं and everything होता है ना, जब लोग बहते हैं, you would have seen that सब एक साथ नहीं बह जाते, right? There is some who get like stuck on one side, some who like, the few that are like literally taken right that second. There's some who like get stuck on the other side, but then are, you know, gradually taken in, that kind of, like that's how these people were taken in. A lot of water just came in, and they all like, and the one I remember got stuck on the left, almost like there was a railing on the left, like Haridwar mein nahi hai ghat par, Har Ki Pauri mein, like you have that those railings to hold, right? Confirmation, almost like that. And why I suddenly now remembered Har Ki Pauri, Haridwar, and that railing is because I think it's again relates to divine. That water element is Sri Hari, right? And that's why there's so much water everywhere. I'm telling you, there's a lot of water. Even that was water. It's like Sri Hari's presence. He floats in that water, the cosmic ocean, right? We all came into existence from water, is what, that's what water was here first before everything else. That's Sri Hari's presence, and I still have that book right here. So I think it's Sri Hari specifically, kind of like with you in whichever form you worship him. If you love him as Krishna, then he's as Krishna. If you love him as Lord Ram, he's there with you as Lord Ram. If you love him as Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, then he's there with you as Lord Vishnu. All right, so just so you know, it's his presence. Like I said, Har Ki Pauri, that's why Haridwar I remember. That's literally water element. That's Sri Hari taking it away, taking them all away. And I did feel that was, like I said, that orange color, the same color that was almost like taking that girl or woman in, that person in. Now there was a feminine energy, but could literally be a man also. All right, I have to clarify, I see these as women because Divine shows me from a woman's perspective, unless there has to be another different perspective, it has to be introduced. I'm sure this is the reasoning. I don't choose them. Divine shows it to me however way he likes it to. So मेरी choice नहीं है इसमें कि ऐसे देखना है मेरे को इस gender में. All right. So I do, again, jumping back, it is like those people being taken away, and like I said, it's quite aggressive. I think I've said this many a times. These people are going through those lot of hardships. I had this. Maybe these are people that cry at, they've cried a lot. I had that. In fact, I had that as a download. I don't think I covered it. That someone crying at night, that kind of cry when you're like, this, they cry themselves to sleep. Wala cry. They cry at night when no one's like watching them. Something like that. So that is also emotion. Alright? That's also emotion. That's cups energy. Again, like I said, Sri Hari. Taken care by Sri Hari. So I do feel there's somebody who's taking care of these people, whoever these minions are, who might have like, hang on, collective, who might have less, kind of 1 hour already. Wow. So who might have, I was told by Sri Hari to keep some water here. It's water is right there. I just forgot to put it here. Already मुझे बोल दिया था उन्होंने पानी रखने के लिए साथ में. Told me, but I did not. Like I forgot like between everything and all of it. Anyways, so that is that. Okay, so just so know that he's taking care of it. Like even अगर पानी भी आपको चाहिए होगा, he'll tell you पहले. He'll tell you that you're gonna need water in another half an hour, 45 minutes. So just so he's that sweet. I wish I could tell you my own personal downloads. You'd be like, oh, really? Those are like beautiful visions. And every time I get them, I get up as a different person. 0101 on the clock. I get up, I wake up as a different person. And when he wakes me up, then I can't go back to sleep. The other day, I can't give you too much of detail. He literally woke me up and gave me a personal prophetic dream. Like for me, it was exclusively for me. And I got up, he woke me up at 4 o'clock. And I was like, it's literally 4 in the morning. I should go back to sleep, Right? But like, I just couldn't lie down. And then Zen got, like, if you're up, it wasn't everything, why are you up, this and that. He just asked me once, is everything okay? Are you feeling alright? I was like, I'm perfectly okay, but I just can't sleep now. So, and I just had a prophetic dream and I can't sleep now. And he was like, okay, why don't you? He joined in. How about you watch this? I didn't even select it. He out of the blue selected something, which was literally one after the other, confirmations upon confirmations upon confirmations upon confirmations. I was like, oh my God, 4 in the morning. So it was amazing. But again, I can't share those because it was like, they would not be, not that they won't be able to help you, but I should not be sharing them. That's why. If at all ever I get, like I've said in the past also, if I ever get, a go ahead from Divine to share those, I will absolutely 100% share those with you. All right. So for today, these are the ones we'll cover. We have covered like a lot today. Yeah. There's another one I have. Again, well, this I haven't done my research on this one as much as I would like to. I will come back to you with this download later, next time perhaps. All right. Let's just do. Now where's the newlyweds? Okay. Here it is. Now I picked this up together. And now there is Pentacles here. Wonderful, wonderful new energy. Like I told you earlier, I deliberately covered the cards. Like, meko shuru nahi karna hai wahan se. Otherwise, I want it to be as blank slate as possible. But then apparently, no, Divine had to show newlywed. So it could be literally for a person who's either about to marry or has just married. Newlyweds are 2 years, but could literally be someone who's just about to marry also. Okay, let's just take my card. We don't need tarot today. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay, there is space right here. I love them. I talked about the aliens the other day. Remember in my last video I said like there are ancestors. If you're a star seed, there are ancestors. And they showed up. They always show up. Alright, okay, I'm going to like take these ones that are like, okay, wow. Hang on, let's just take these first. True love. Oi hoy. But then true love के साथ यहाँ पर क्या है? Joke. Ha ha. And it's not even that ha 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 ha. It's ha ha. As if someone's going to like wants to fool you with it. Someone might be trying to tell you they truly love you. I don't want to give these messages, but they come out So I have to tell you. Again, that betrayal energy, just be very careful. Alright? Of course, at the same time, 144 on the clock. You are protected, you are covered by divine, and you have your own soul tribe. But at the same time, there'll be a lot of negative energies who would like to tie up with you. They would want to be associated with you. People who hated you would now want to be, they might as well be just telling everybody that you're great friends. Like we know each other. We just you're the sisters, we're like the best pals, we're like siblings. ऐसे भी बोल रहे हो सकते हैं. People who literally hated your guts, hated that you kind of even existed. They would say that in front of others just to associate their energy with you. Be very careful with such people. Abhi se bata diya divine ne, they could somebody with trying to, what is underneath. Now I have triggered somebody. Bhai, heal yourself. It's not if you feel triggered just by getting to know this, and bro, you need to yes, you need to heal. Hang on, yaar, what is this? True love. ये एक कार्ड है इतना मोटा. अच्छा ठीक है. See, there's something underneath is what I was feeling. Hang on. Okay, one here. Where is the haha card? Where did it go? Oh yeah, here it is. Joke. Haha. We'll take it. Okay. Why are these so exceptionally thick? Okay, we'll just see. Okay. Triggered out of the, but then we didn't pick these cards, so I'm going to put everything back here and we'll take new cards. As in, we'll take cards now. तो उससे पहला ही दिया था true love. Okay. Alright. Let's do it together, collector. Okay, we'll just pick a pile. Let's take these many. Oh, बहुत सारे भाई. Let's just not. It's already 1 hour 6 minutes. Let's take these, right? Hang on. What do we have here? Sages. ये पहले भी था. It was right here when we picked up newlyweds. It was right around the corner. Sages. So you could be someone who could be. Hang on, guys. There is not even this pankha is at literally 1, guys. Fir bhi, this is negative energy. Someone, like I said, someone's triggered and the candle went out. Kya hai bhai? Kya hai? Ashish Michael, we need you. Absolutely. Right next to us. See how long it took me to even light it up again. Anyways. Ciao. Discernment. See, what did I tell you? Just so you know, discernment. Just discernment. You have true love, don't get me wrong. ऐसा नहीं है कि और तुम्हारा तो किस्मत में नहीं है true love or something. No, but there is definitely somebody who is going to confirmation. Going to test your discernment, collective. Just so you know, there's a lot of backs in my hand now. So my hair also, no. So it's going to check, almost check your discernment. Almost, they would. I'm already telling you this, divine. Not me, as in I'm just like a messenger. Divine is telling you this. Just use your discernment. It's literally true color, true love, and joke, haha. True colors were a last time tha card. Something, it just came out of my mouth out of nowhere. So it could be somebody trying to, they will show their true colors, or they have shown their true colors. Confirmation. They have shown their true colors, collector. You just need to remember it. Okay? Don't BRA. Okay, hang on. Yep. Are yaar. This cursed. Discernment. Cursed. So whoever this person is, just so you know, their curse doesn't have to be cursed. Doesn't have to be cursed as in hexed or something. It just literally be that they have bad energy. You see, एक बहुत पुरानी चीज़ है. There was one soul sister of mine who was always saying, this, that आप 4 लोग अच्छे लोगों में बैठो, तो 5वें आप हो, तो आप अच्छे बन जाते हो. आप 4 बुरे लोगों में बैठो, 5वें आप हो, चाहे आप कैसे भी हो, आप बुरे बन जाओगे. That's that energy. आप बुरे लोगों में बैठोगे, बुरे बन जाओगे. So you need to address scan, filter, listen to your discernment, listen to your intuition. In fact, the intuition card came in last time twice. We didn't realize it. We got intuition that directly divine has gave it to us like so, and also gave us 888, which is not just karma, it's also intuition. So use your intuition. All right, ancient. So something very ancient, cursed ke baad ancient. They could be trying to like send some old energy back. Doesn't have to be ancient. Don't take them literally. Okay, it could be like they could be trying to send some old energy back into your life, like something. It could be a past energy, people from your past, or old friends, family, people, just general acquaintances you knew, that kind. Fight. And what did those, remember, discern, what did those people bring you? Remember, fight, right? They brought you confrontation, brought you kalesh. They gave you kalesh. They do not belong in your peaceful life. Just remember this. Discernment use करना है अपने आप को इतना divine नहीं, इतना like in your face डाल दिया. And these will be 100%. These will be old people. People from your past. Old people. Old people. नहीं कह रही मैं लाठी वाले old people, but just old people as in. Or could be those old people also, by the way. Could literally be like people who are like really old, 111 on the clock. Like really old people who are like बेटा, सडनली उनकी खांसियाँ आने निकल आती है उनको, जब उनको वो चाहिए होता है अपना लाइक पिटी पॉइंट्स चाहिए होते हैं उनको, जो पिटी पॉइंट्स चाहिए, राइट? रिमेंबर दे ब्रॉट यू क्लेश, they brought you fight, they brought you confrontation, they brought you unrest, they brought you disturbance, right? They disrupted your routines, they disrupted your divine path. Okay, so they don't belong in your life. Strong cut off game, bro. Hi. 111 on the clock still, so bye. Note this down. I just told you. Remember, this card literally says discern. मैंने सिखाया, divine is like I've literally taught you lesson by lesson, word by word. Remember that download, like divine was when you and your soul tribe was singing A, B, C, D, and divine was like doing. Those are lessons. That's symbolic of lessons that you have learned in your life. Collective. Don't be a fool. Don't be a good person. Guilty. I know I'm one of those कि भाई ऐसे आके को रो देता लगता है. अच्छा okay भाई, okay रो. I was this person rather. Let me correct myself. Who was this now? अब तो मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मुझे जो करना है कर लो, रो लो, लेट जाओ सड़क पे, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Joke, haha. Remember this. True love. Somebody will come like, we are like, they could literally use the family thing bait, or like old friends. Remember we saw this together. Remember that happened to me. You were with me tab also. One of those things. They might use that. And I'm telling you, I'm not just saying it like it just didn't come to me out of really. This person could literally, whoever this person is trying to like be back, just could divine career, strong cut-off game, right, required from you, is this could literally be going, this person could literally be going around saying like, we tight, we like bros, we like pals, we like sisters, fucking snake they are. Sorry about the effort, sorry divine. But yeah, snakes, they are snakes. That's who they are, snakes. And it's right under joke, haha. They are snakes. True love नहीं है भाई, snakes and snakes. ठीक है. Discernment के नीचे आ reflection. Right under discernment, reflect. So you reflect. Alright, reflect on what has happened. What happened? What transpired? What lesson were you given? Alright, remember this. Objective is right under cursed. Now I'm going to say that heavy baba boom boom thing. This person might literally be cursed. Like I said, yes, energy wise cursed, but literally could be someone who like kind of like has a distorted energy, like they kind of like suck life out of people rather. you know, like just take away their good energy and just be on their way, and you will be like suddenly be dumped with all their perils, their pains, their nightmares. They'll dump all that on you. They'll like, I want to talk, and then they'll talk out all that stuff. I used to happen so much with me because people would not. Again, the newlyweds is right out, right? Be very careful of who this is, you newlywed, whoever this is for. That's right there. Okay, so but as I was telling you, people in the past would not want to give me credit that I had healing energy or something, but they want to like just come. People who would hate, like I said, that I existed, hate, like they would rather see me get killed, would come and talk to me, right? Sit right next to me for hours because they would feel so good singing in my energy. And that what happens is an energy exchange spiritually. So they would dump their problems, their pains, their trials and tribulations on me, and would be absolutely okay with people. And this has been happening for years. It's not just talking about just one person. I'm talking about like a literal pattern of people. Until I saw this one girl who just like was very weird. She would just come and like just come in my office. We just keep coming back for no reason. Like, there's an office at the end of the day, we all have to work, but she would just keep coming back and try to sit next to me. There was a chair empty, and like keep talking, because that energy exchange was making her feel so good, and she would literally accepted it, but she did not have the freaking brains, of course, to get it that she was just unloading in a way on me, unloading her negative energy, and was feeling like so great. She was like literally accept, like, I feel so great after talking to you, and she was like, perfectly, you'll be all right with other people, and was just keep on dumping her energy on me, like would come early to office so that she could dump her perils on me. Like, that is when I'm like, I have to draw a line, bro. I cannot be alchemizing this person's brain. That's their own set of like whatever it is, karma, lessons, whatever it is. I've got my own thing going on. I can't be this transmuter in between. Like, so this happens a lot. You could have that kind of people. So I think objective is right here, because this could be somebody with an objective. They might want to like, well, let me just kind of like unload on them, energy wise and otherwise, emotionally as well, and energy wise as well. That's the more emotionally banda ko fir bhi aap just on your keep listening to them or not listening to them, listen to them passively or whatever. No, it's like energy dumping. That is what is a killer. That is what kills you. And there are like multiple people who would do that, multiple, until I realized that I have to like understand, have boundaries. Like, that is when I started to have like, thank you divine, like have boundaries with people. काम की बातें तो करो, office की बातें करो, definitely, but nothing unrelated. I'm not here punching back. You need to like take this elsewhere. Go to a therapist or a practitioner, I don't care, but can't come to me. Right, so anyways, let's take some more cards. Which one? These ones are popping. All right, let's just take these. बहुत सारे ये लेते हैं, पहले थोड़े से लेते हैं. Which ones are these? Lord Ganesha is right here. Lord Ganesha, which I feel is a form of Sri Hari. That's how I see it. Coming with solutions. All right, so I'm going to keep these here. Let's see if there's another one here. Lord Ganesha. Thank you, Vignaharta. All right, so you already have Lord Ganesha's guidance. All right, you have his guidance. You have him around. You have his love. You have his light. Okay, so don't throw that away. All that wonderful work you've done on yourself. Other people are not your responsibility. Your responsibility, yes, of course, is yourself first. Taking care of yourself first, your family, yes, your friends, okay, your co-workers, okay, but there has to be boundaries. You're not there to be taking on, alchemizing their life problems. All right, just so you know. And if there is anybody around you who needs help, my collective, you can always just ask them to actually get like in real therapy. There's no harm in doing that. There is no shame. There should not be any shame in doing that. But yeah, somebody has to tell them that they feel so great with you, like, oh my god, it's so amazing talking to you, just forget my pains. That's how you forget your pains, because you load your pains on other people. That's the healer's, curse in a way. You could know the curse word is right here, but I don't want to call it a curse, but that's what it is. If you're like if you have healing energy, you have the power to alchemize energy, to change it for good, to use it for good, right? Then these kind of people will definitely लोटपोटी होंगे. कहते हैं चंदन के वृक्ष पर ही सबसे ज्यादा सांप लिपटे होते हैं. क्यों? Why is that? Think about it. चंदन के जो सबसे ज़्यादा खुशबू, सबसे ज़्यादा फ्रेग्रेंट है, सबसे ज़्यादा that's most valuable, जिसकी एक एक छोटा सा छोटी ब्रांच भी valuable है, that tree, right? The sandalwood tree. Why is it? Why are all these snakes? Oh, that's how I got reminded of it. Snakes, right? You could be that tree, that chandan ka vriksh. You could be that, right? And these people are literally just kind of around you to just suck it in, take in all the wonderful energy, right? But they should go to whatever. If they need help, they should go to a therapist. That is what I'm trying to tell you. You put up your walls. Opportune, and it's right under fight. So this person could have like fought you, collective. They could have like, oh, see, I literally triggered somebody. I was trying to pick up my cards and everything just fell away. Everything is okay. Anyways, so I should just pick up this newlyweds because it's right and it just keeps on coming up. And okay, whatever. Okay, the opportune card, the opportune card. So I do feel, and let me just arrange these while I speak with you. This person could have like literally must have just either picked up a fight if you don't comply or whatever. This is like an opportune person. People who like to put it very plainly, very opportunist kind of personality. They could be like, अगर अच्छा बोलना है, जो अगर if it fits their bill, they would say nice things about you. Like if you are like, now that you're doing well, they would love to be associated with you. They love to go around and say that you're like, oh my god, did you know? Oh my gosh, she was like this, she was like that, he was like this, he was like that. I was such a fan, right? But behind your back, they would have plotted and planned with like 3 other people to make sure, like, your life is not happy. Okay, so that being that, okay, and sorry, I have to like hang on, collective, one moment. Okay, that's my husband only, but anyways. Sure, let's just take, okay, it's 1 hour 23 minutes, 1 to 3 on the clock, so we'll just take few more cards. We'll literally just take, okay, those are too many. Let's just take these many. That's it. ठीक You want to just these many. ये क्यों रो रहा है? इसको भी ले लेते हैं. Trust. Thank you. Trust the process and confirmation about that. Trust the process. Okay. So whatever is happening, define the odds, my collective. Okay, I think this is back to your my visions and downloads for you. Confirmation again, right? Let's just see. Define the odds, all right? Trust the process. So whatever is happening, my collective, oh my god, why can't I just keep? You're like, hang on. All right, so trust the process. Whatever happens, whatever is happening, trust how it is happening. Just know the divine is right there. Sri Hari is right there with you. Like I said, I see Lord Ganesha as a form of Sri Hari only. This is something I read somewhere long time ago, and I was like, I remember that moment when I read it also. I was like, huh? Because you don't have to know that, but anyways, but it is what it is. Facts, okay? Trust the process and facts. So check the facts, everything. Just check. Use your discernment, all right? Whatever is given to you, don't just blindly rely on people that's what they're saying, so that must really be it. Okay, just remember this, that you need to like be very sure, go through your own due diligence, all right? check your stuff. Don't trust in man, something like that Bible verse said. Don't trust in man, but trust in divine. Trust the process, which is divine process, but otherwise check your facts. Just be very careful with things around you. Use your discernment. That true love, this is a bloody joke, is going to like try to like get into your energy. And again, this doesn't have to be like a lover energy, could be, but it could literally be someone who's in your energy and was benefited by you earlier by being in your energy, but they were like, probably they didn't respect you, they didn't honor your soul. So now they were like, oh my gosh, I wish I had access to that kind of energy. You know, I'll get better from sickness in just one day if I just had access to her. Right? That kind of thinking. So just be away from such people. All right, battle. All right, it is right next to cursed and objective. I'm telling you, this person, and we also had fight confirmation. We also had fight. So please remember this person, whoever this joke of a true love, that this person is only going to come with chaos and confusion, and not confusion but chaos and arguments and fights and battles and more of all that you already moved on from. Okay, just remember this. What else? What is this? Future. Oh wow, future card. I think this has come for the first time. Future. Can you even see it here? It is, sorry, future. All right, so good. What about the future? Oh, this could be happening in a very close future. Whatever this is, this person is going to reach out to you, whoever this person is. All right, just wasted. They could literally be high when they call you or reach out to you, wasted, or be high on whatever, be drunk or whatever. All right, or it could literally be drunk on you. It just doesn't have to be like substances or alcohol or anything, but it could literally be drunk in power, like, you know. Sorry. Oh my god, it's like divine right behind this person. Sorry, divine. Right behind wasted is divine. Iski butt lagane ke liye. That water energy, I'm telling you, bhai, collective. Literally the last card is divine. It's going like right behind this guy. Like this, a guy or a gal, whoever, this person, whoever used your wonderful good graces, your good intention, good energy, goodwill, you know, I do feel is right. Divine's like right behind this person. I just, I made my day. I'm telling you, this is the best part of my day. Like, this is like right. You're like, wasted. This person like, hum. Oh, you know, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Very, could be like very, someone who's very, very, oh yeah, drunk on power. Like, you know, like, I am this, I am that, I am, you know, Vladim guy, and divine is like right behind this person, like, teri te. All right, that's that, collective. Thank you, Shrihari. Love you. He loves me so much. Okay, divine gently, not just Shrihari, okay, but I just love it when they just come and like stamp my readings like this. All right, collective. So okay, 1 hour 28 minutes, right on time. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. Just so you know, I want to leave you with this card. Of course, that, and just remember, define the odds. You'll be defying the odds. Something that others don't see coming. All right, so all of this is happening right now, or is just happened, or will happen in like literally near future. Very near future. Sooner than you think. It's closer than you think. All right, so with this I will take your leave, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'll see you again very soon. Until then, goodbye.